All right. Well, welcome. And I'm glad we got a chance to do this. Was been looking forward to it all week. Um, and what we're gonna do tonight is sort of free form, but we're gonna show some cards from acquisitions that we've made in 2024, and then maybe we'll show some other cards if we're going to talk about cards and uh, maybe tell some lies. I don't know. It's what's going to happen. Anything could happen. So I think George is going to kick us off with a recent acquisition. In fact, it's so recent he just got back to the camera.
Start us off with the first lie, George.
The first lie is this 1954 Bowman football wrapper, and
Oh,
I just completed the set, so I figured I had to get the wrapper to go with it. So,
man, that is awesome.
So it's pretty cool. So I don't know what to put this in, but
Yeah.
I'll figure something
Hi,
out.
Orlando.
Are you going to make a rap video to go with that wrapper, George?
Yeah,
I should. Yeah. I should.
1954
a
rapper.
rapper rap. That's hysterical. All right. Well, who wants to go next with a 2024 acquisition?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I've got 12. If we don't get to all 12, that's okay. But 12
Man.
2024 acquisitions plus a couple of cards that were gifted to me for my 60th birthday, which was in late January. So I'll save those for the end. But I went with the strict definition of acquisition because these first two cards I technically purchased late December, but I acquired them in January because they didn't get to me until January. So hopefully that counts as a 2024 acquisition acquired in January.
If it had gotten lost in the mail, you wouldn't have gotten it. So
that's right. It
think
wasn't officially with me until I got it in my collector's hands. So this first one, I think in my video I talked about what I sold a few things to help finance it and did a little saving. I got the 56 Topps whiteback Mickey Mantle
Very
in
nice.
Vintage Greatness 3.
Awesome.
that is awesome.
It's got a little wrinkle, but hey, I mean, I love it. It's a 3, so it's supposed to have something.
Yeah.
And then this is the one card I brought out that I did not acquire in 2024. This was, about the first vintage baseball card I got, which is crazy. Before the vintage prices took off, it's the Grayback. And I'm actually thinking, I have time to think about it, but I'm actually thinking, do I need both the Grayback and the Whiteback? And the Whiteback is a lot more scarce, like about 10 times as scarce, and really condition sensitive. The Grayback is actually worth more because it's a higher grade. It's a 5 instead of a 3. So I'm thinking about maybe taking the Grayback to the National and using it, in part of a trade toward some big card that I don't have. I mean, I would not trade both of them, but I'm thinking about keeping the rarer Whiteback and trading the Grayback. So I solicit your thoughts, and we shall see. But I've got some time to chew on that.
Boy, I'm the wrong guy to ask, because I'd never trade a Mantle for anything. Well, what better card could you have?
Well, what about? Who knows? Like, what about, say, I'm thinking big here. Like, what about a low grade 39 play ball Ted Williams, or maybe low grade 52 Topps Jackie Robinson, or just something crazy. That could maybe go halfway there, and I'd still have the Whiteback Mantle. So who knows? But it's a thought.
Yeah, no, I understand. I think that's Well, you have the luxury of having two of them, so that's always a possibility. Get something else.
But I may keep both of them. They're pretty awesome. So we'll see.
They are awesome. I'm insanely jealous.
Yeah, do you have that card? You do because you have the complete set. Is that right, Rick?
I have the gray back. I don't have the white back. But you showed me something I don't have, and so I'm very envious, and I'd like to have one.
Heck yeah.
Scott, what do you got?
What should I go with first? Let's go back to the football card. This is for my Bart Starr collection. It's a 1971 Bazooka panel with Bart Starr, Daryl LaMonica, and Fred Cox.
The Mad Bomber.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I like the Bazooka panels.
Well, we've had
It's the first time.
had a lot more people join the chat, so that's good. Go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, I was just gonna follow up and say that's what I like is the oddball Bart Starr items. I've got another item at SGC right now, waiting for it to come back, and a few other items in my collection. So,
well,
Nice.
that's he's up in your neck of the woods, sort of, or was Green Bay.
pack is back.
Well, I have not been very active in acquisitions in January. I'm taking a budget enforced hiatus from collecting cards, sort of. But I did get a couple of inexpensive Topps 52 Topps commons, so I'll show you those. This is Ken Wood, card number 139. And I like to acquire these cards when I'm going, working on a set. Not that I'm ever going to finish this one, but I like to go in numerical order if I can. So
Nice.
that's 139. Here's Harry Perkowski, and that's card number 142.
Sweet.
And Les Moss, John Lester Moss. That's 143.
That's a good looking picture.
Yeah, these are they're beautiful cards. They really are. I know. Geez, Mikey says that's his favorite set because he just loves the way the cards look.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to admit, they look pretty good.
I have a slight preference for the 53, but the 52 is real good.
Yeah.
I think the design, in addition to the historic significance, just
No, I
wow.
I agree with you. So this is Frank House. It's card number 146. And I've skipped some numbers because I already had those cards. So that's what I'm doing, is filling in now. So that's one of my, they all came at the same time. So I kind of consider that a single transaction, but back to you, George.
Oh,
What do you want to show us?
Well, this was not a recent acquisition, but I thought that I had to bring out the Mangini glove for this one. This is if you want to see a young concrete buddy. There's a 1 of 1 for you.
Wow.
Is that you?
That's me. Yeah.
Oh wow.
They had this
That's
thing
nice.
at
That's pretty
Super Bowl
cool.
25 where you could, have your picture taken. And,
So you just, is that one of those things where you just stick your head in the hole?
basically, yeah,
Okay.
but
Nice.
I thought
Very
I'd pull
nice.
it out. So if you want to see what a young concrete buddy looks like, so
Oh man. Is that a rookie card?
that is a rookie card, yeah.
You look a lot younger in those days.
That's awesome.
But
Ah.
the next thing is these two kind of go together. Here's a T206 of Tommy Leach
That's beautiful.
and a T206 of Sam Crawford.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, I'll probably wind up sending this to SGC because I got an order I'm going to be making in February. So,
Okay.
but the reason I got that is this is my new project now. I started rereading this book.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but each chapter is a different player.
Hmm.
So I'm going to try and get a playing days card from each of the 26 chapters. So
Oh, that's a nice project.
yeah, Sam Crawford is
Looks like
chapter
fun.
4. And, The Glory of Their Times.
Yeah.
It's a really good book. I highly recommend it to anybody. But each chapter is basically a little mini biography of each player, and the writer Lawrence Ritter, he basically tracked these people down in the 1960s when they were all elderly, and just got them to give them their stories of baseball in the early days. So. Yeah,
I just got that book on tape. Not on
Yeah.
tape, obviously downloaded.
Yeah, I think they also have an audio copy, which is
Yeah.
actually the actual interviews of the players.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but
In
anyway,
their own voices.
that's
It's pretty cool.
that's my new project I'm starting in 2024, and like I said, I've got about 8 of these now, so I figure I'm going to try and fill them in. I'm going to try and do it in chapter order, but it may not work out that way.
Well, maybe not.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
No, I think that's great.
Awesome, George.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
that's
that's
going
a
to be my
way to
big
do it.
project. 24. I see how it works out, and they're all reasonably priced. They're a couple of big boys. I mean, Sam Crawford was one of the big boys. Marquard was, but I've got Rube Marquard already. Hank Greenberg. I got a Hank Greenberg, and so we'll see how it goes. So.
Well, keep us up to date on your progress.
Oh yeah.
That,
Anyway, you
that
up
is
that?
awesome. Awesome project, George. By the way, I got that book for my birthday because I have, a birthday or a birthday or Christmas list. We do the Elfster thing.
Yeah.
And I got a
Yeah.
big stack of books, probably as big as Rick's 52 Tops binders. And I'm slowly reading, I'm making progress slowly but surely.
The good thing about that is the chapters are what, 8 to 12 pages long. So basically you can just sit down and just read a chapter and you don't have to, it's kind of self-contained each one. So
that is nice. So this is going to be a
Yeah.
2-for-1. So the Mantle Whiteback, I acquired that acquisition 2024 on January 2. On January 4, this bad boy shows up. And I only paid $20.50, 4.5, I think. The 1951 Topps Allie Reynolds, super cheap. It wasn't enough to call him chief. This dude, I think, so underrated. 1 vote away from the Hall of Fame. I know you guys generally are not here to see basketball, so I'll make this a 2-for-1. Then a couple days later, I think, this came in the mail. Sports Collectors Digest, my favorite slab. It's just beautiful. It's about the size of a PSA. It has the black insert like SGC. Beautiful silver label. It has an authenticity check mark, subgrades on the back. To me, these are the perfect slabs. This was like $24 with free shipping. I've already got this Larry Bird star card in a BGS 8, but I picked this up because I love the Sports Collector digest slabs. So whenever I can get one cheap, if it's a card that I like, I really need to be showing off my star cards. I got to get on that. But anyway, that was an acquisition.
Those are nice
yeah,
slabs. What?
so. What's that?
Those are nice slabs. The Sports Collector's Digest. Yeah, it's a shame to stop making
Yeah.
them, but
Oh, no kidding. So there's acquisitions 2 and 3 for the month for 2024.
All right. We're cruising right along.
Okay. I'm going to show a couple postcards. Here's a Mickey
Ah,
Mouse
yeah.
from his restaurant.
I
And I
like
got
that.
a SGC one because I like to get my
Right.
postcards with a story on the back.
That
Yeah.
makes again.
I actually prefer them with writing on the back, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Joplin,
What's-
Missouri. That's where the Holiday Inn was.
Yeah.
That's where the postmark is.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, what the postmark was, but now I can see it. So
1963.
Sweet.
that's a very cool postcard.
And
It's like a food and beverage issue.
yeah. And I also got this just as we were starting the show. I opened this up. Sandy Koufax postcard. And it's
Oh,
World
man.
Series picture because you can see Twins, Dodgers,
Yeah.
and it has his stats on the back, so it's not actually a postcard.
Mhm.
And it looks like it might be from 1969.
Yeah, it is from 1969. Yeah, I've seen those before. They're really nice.
Yeah. That's the classic Koufax.
Oh yeah.
That is sweet. It's got the scoreboard in the back too. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I like.
The pictures from the World Series, that the picture has to be from 65.
65 World Series.
Yeah.
And it can't be game 2. I think he lost game 2.
He lost game 2. That's
Yeah.
right. I think he won game 5 and then game
And
7.
seven. Yeah.
I don't, do you
And short
recall?
rest.
Yeah,
was-
just 2 days rest.
He went head to head with Jim Cott each game.
Yeah,
Cott lost 2. He Mudcat Grad actually went 2-1 in the series also. But
yes, he did. He was a young man then.
yep.
It kind of reminds me of my favorite Topps card of Koufax is the 64 World Series card. I don't know if you guys remember it, but there's one where you see him Koufax pitching and he's in mid pitch, and it's really cool. It's like World Series Game 3, and it says that Koufax strikes out 17, I believe.
Yeah, that was.
It's in it's a 64 set, yeah. But
I think it's
that
15. I think it's 15.
yeah, it might be 15. Yeah, yes, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I think it's 63. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Because
Yeah.
didn't Gibson break his record in
Rick
68?
Gibson did break it.
Yeah, Gibson
Sure,
broke
yeah.
his record. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that struck out 17.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
And I think that is still a record for World Series strikeouts in a game.
And didn't Erskine strike out like 13 Yankees in a row or something in like 1953, and then that ended up getting broken, as you mentioned.
Yeah, yeah. Now you're reaching back to my memory doesn't go back that far. It goes back pretty far, but not that far.
he's
Well, I
in the-
wasn't there.
He's in the 60 club. He can talk about it as far back as he wants now.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
right. I wish I was still in the 60 club. He's still a young man.
Well, people in the chat, they're calling this like the old farts live or whatever.
I see that.
That's probably what we are.
Yeah. I see that. I see that. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
it's old farts chat night.
Yeah, well, what do 4 guys in the 60s and 70s do on a Saturday night? They talk about
Yeah,
baseball.
I mean, yeah,
That's great.
my running around days are over too.
My wife doesn't even come in here to check on me to see what sort of nefarious things I'm up to. She knows I'm just an old fart.
Well, before we got on live, before we went live, I was showing Scott this card, which I'm going to show you now. But I had this out for another reason. But you know, you have to have a card, every card, you know, to complete a set. So this is my Harmon Killebrew rookie card.
Woohoo.
And if you look real closely, you can see it has a big crease right about the midway point, running horizontally through the card. So it's a well-loved card, not necessarily always by me, but I don't think I put that crease in there.
That is sweet.
Yeah,
That's
that's nice.
It was a
And
good looking card.
I rediscovered some cards in 1924. You know, when we're not buying them, you have to go through you know, your old stuff and see, you know, things you haven't looked at in 20 years. So that's what I was doing.
Oh.
You mean old
All
farts that had cards they forgot they had?
Well, you know, it's not that I forgot that I had them. I just hadn't seen them because they were in boxes, you know, the 800 count boxes. And I don't know. Well, you know, just the way it
800.
is.
800 count boxes of 52s that Rick has. And
No, I don't have any 800 count. I don't have. I doubt if I have an 800 count box of anything except for maybe 62s. I do have a lot of 62s for some reason. I'm not really even sure why.
George, I think maybe you're up.
George, you're
Oh, am
next.
I up?
It's back
okay.
to you.
I know I just did something on this, but here's a trade card I got from 1882. It's a Marshall and Ball circle position card, and they have one for each position except right field, and but they do have a batter card. This is the pitcher. They're generic players, but the artwork on this is just fantastic. I just love this. And you know, it's an advertising card from, you know, this is Marshall and Ball. They were a clothing company in New Jersey, but yeah, to me these are fantastic looking cards, and I actually got turned on to these from by Dan at Old Sarge Collects, because he's trying to do the whole set of these. You know, good luck to him. Finding these is a chore in itself, but yeah, but I'm probably going to send this to SGC this month too, along with the Tommy Leach that I got. But,
that'll look nice.
Oh yeah,
Sweet. What year is that again, George?
1882.
Wow.
1882.
It tells you,
It's a beautiful
really hard
card.
to read, but it tells you at the bottom down here. You know,
That's the year I graduated from high school. Or maybe it was 1982. I'm off by a century.
Yeah, and that makes you 160.
This did by
I take Geritol daily.
That's probably your metric age.
nothing wrong with that. But anyway, that was my one of my trade card pickups for the month.
Great,
So,
great.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, Alan.
All right, let me just say, if we get to my pickup number 10, it is a legit rare card. So I'm just, giving people something, to think about. There's a legit rare card coming up. And I also wanted to say, I can appreciate virtually everyone's acquisitions, not just, the four of us that are live, but all the people in the chat. But we all, of course, have our budget, our priorities. So, we decide what to go after. But yeah, I mean, there's so much cool stuff out there, much more than I know. You guys have deeper knowledge. But this is a card I've wanted for a long time, have not shown yet, and came in January. The 63 Topps Pride of the National League in a 6, really sharp, nicely centered.
That's a beautiful card.
2 of the greatest ever. And just, I was looking for one that I got it at auction. So I think I got it at, a solid price. and it's just really nice for the grade. Just a beautiful 6. So super stoked to have that one. And that's my 4th pickup of 2024.
Very nice.
I've shown these on my channel, but I just recently got them back from SGC. And those are the 1959 Oklahoma Today cards. And here's Lloyd Wayner.
Wow.
Here's his brother Paul.
That looks beautiful. It's got some nice color.
Here's Spawny.
That's a great one. Those are great looking cards.
Here's Dizzy Dean. He got a minimum size not met because that card is right on the edge of the page, I believe, on the magazine. So sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Then the final one was the Dean brother combination.
Okay.
Dizzy and Paul Dean still attached.
That's pretty cool.
And they all have Oklahoma ties. Some of them moved there later in life. Some moved there as children. Some were born there. I think Paul Wayner was even born there before it was a state. So
Wow.
and that's the
Okay.
1959 Oklahoma Today.
1959 Oklahoma Today. Well,
I'm blown away, Scott, by how
yeah,
you
those are awesome.
I'm blown away by how you for the most part, or maybe completely, finance your collection just by selling some of your purchases. I think it just speaks to your in-depth knowledge and experience. It just blows me away.
That's what I do with my Mickey Mantles. I'll sell them and keep the other cards.
Sell high, buy low.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Sell high, buy low.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what they say. It's easier said than done. Well, I also sent away some cards to be ordered, graded by SGC, and I got those back in 2024. So I thought I'd show a few of those. This is one that came out with a grade of 1, but even as a 1, it's still a pretty awesome card.
Oh yeah.
Sandy Koufax.
Heck yeah.
Still sharp looking.
Yeah, it looks a lot better in a slab than it does when you're just holding it in your hand. But it's got some scuff marks on it. I don't know if you can see them here, like on his hat, you can see that's what that is. Those little white lines up there. So there's, it's definitely got some wear and tear.
That's pretty darn sweet, though.
Yeah. Great
Yeah,
I
card.
would take that any day of the week.
Yeah, here's a 56 Larry Doby.
Ooh.
That came back in a 4. I was real happy with that.
Making me
Nice.
hobby jelly, they call it. That's what the younger folks call it. Hobby jelly.
Okay, Hobby Jelly.
I don't even want to
All
ask what that means.
Yeah, we're probably better off not knowing.
It's a good thing that Pepino Man's not in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he is.
Well, this one was I got 2 4.5s out of this 15 cards. So this is a Drysdale rookie.
Sweet.
I had a bunch of 57s that I thought were, the names of the players were certainly worthy of getting grades, even if the cards weren't, pristine, as Eric likes to say. And the Campanella came back 4.5 also.
Nice.
Nice.
Really,
That is very sweet. Yeah.
the back looks awesome. I mean, it's really sharp. So that's I'm not going to go through all of these by any means. So, but that's I guess I can't think. It's not really an acquisition, except the slabs I acquired the slabs in 2024. Cards I
There you go.
already had. All right. Well, I'm going to turn it back to you, George.
Oh, okay. I think I showed these in the video earlier this month, but this was my first mail cut plug, actually.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's Jim Carney, and he was quite a champion. He was I want to say light heavyweight champion until he lost his title, and then he became a bodyguard for a millionaire the rest of his life. So it kind of worked out. But I thought the colors were pretty neat on this card. I thought it showed up pretty well. And I mean, it's a 1, but I mean, it's got writing on the back, but I don't care. I mean, you're blank on the back anyway. So
Was he a heavyweight?
I want to say he was a light heavyweight.
Okay.
Yeah. But he was a bruiser, all right. And another card I got was this is a UK Ogden's card, and this is Socrates, Leaders of Men card. And this is a really nice set too. It's a non-sports set, obviously, but the colors are fantastic on these cards. Just the artwork is just great. So anyway,
what sport was he in?
Socrates.
Philosopher, right? Gotcha.
I would say philosophy, probably.
Yeah, I love philosophy. I'm just an old fart that spaced out.
It's okay. It's okay. I think
he played for the St. Paul Saints, didn't he?
I would say it's a famous soccer player from Brazil called Socrates. He played around the time of Pele. So
yeah.
But anyway, so these are 2 pickups from pre-war. So.
Well, the St. Paul Saints actually made a St. Patrick's bobblehead.
Nice.
Well, I was going to say, back when he was playing, they didn't have Gatorade coolers. They had Hemlock coolers.
Hemlock, yeah.
It didn't work out too well.
Not for him, no.
No.
It made him pretty cold.
Oh yeah.
All right, my number 5 acquisition of 2024. I tell you what, when I saw this card, man, oh man, I mean, it's a 5. It's number 5 acquisition. It's a 5, but it's a 5 that it's absurdly nice. It is the Johnny Mize. Some people call this his rookie card, although he's got earlier, this might be his first mainstream card, but he's got earlier stuff because he was with the Cardinals and then the Giants. This is him and the Giants. And then the Yankees. But this card, it's another one of those cards where you look at it and you say, okay, why is it a 5 instead of like a 7 or 8? And I guess there's probably some.
That is so clear.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's some sort of micro thing going on if you tilt it in the right during light, of a blue moon and at the right angle or something. But it is so nice. So I was super stoked to get that.
Yeah, a lot of 48s are like light and faded. It's hard to get one with a nice, clean picture. And that's a beautiful, clean picture on a 48.
Oh, thank you. This thing is just stunning. I mean, a lot of times you'll see a card where you'll show it on, say, a YouTube video, and it's like, oh, yeah, it looks much higher than its grade. But then you're like, hey, it's got a little wrinkle if you look for it. Fair enough. We love to get cards like that. It's got something small you can't see very well, but it's there. This one, maybe it has something, but I haven't really found it yet. So what the heck?
and Adam, at our age, we can't see the wrinkles anyway. So what's the difference?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I don't know if I can hang with you long enough to go through 12. I'm going to have to show some cards I didn't get in 2024.
That's
Well, you
cool.
could go back to late 2023 or whatever. You
Yeah,
could go
well,
back
I
to
mean,
1959 or something.
Yeah.
all right.
Well,
Well, Scott,
here's
it's up to
one
you.
Mookie's been waiting for, an exhibit card.
Oh,
Very.
Hank Aaron. This one, the printed in USA, is closer to the shoe than the other one I have, so that's a variation I didn't have.
Nice.
awesome.
And then I'm going to pair it up with a team issue card that I picked up of Hank, Milwaukee Braves.
That's a nice photo.
That is
Young
sweet.
Hank.
Really nice.
Is that on card stock or is it's not from a photo pack?
No, it's the J Publications. It's thin picture
Mhm.
pack photo.
That's a beautiful photo. That is
I have a
beautiful.
Bart Starr that's at SGC right now. We'll see how that turns out. Maybe send this in.
Did it charge you extra for that, Scott?
Yeah, it's $50 for the large holder.
Yeah.
That's a beauty, though.
That one would be worth it, to be honest with you.
Show that again. Yeah. You know, I was just looking at this 57 Aaron card, and I thought, man, that looks like they printed the picture from the the proper way instead of the
Yeah.
reverse negative, but it's not obviously not the same pictures. But
A little
that's
bit
kind of
different.
funny. The
Yeah,
look on his face, and he looks like he's maybe even somewhat close to the same age, like he hadn't put on his man weight yet.
I love that 57 Aaron, Rick.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Aaron's, to be honest with you. I know it's a reverse, but it's a
Right.
beautiful.
Well, mine has some additional things in it. It's like got some tape marks on it and big crease down in the corner, and
Yeah. Oh,
you can see it
Yeah.
there.
the nice Braves logo on his shoulder. I mean, that is just
Yeah.
that. That's
But it's
just-
still a beautiful card. It's even if it's in a 1.
Heck
I
yeah.
think that's Adam's next project is getting the 57 Aaron.
You got some notes, Scott?
A lot of cards I need to get.
That's it.
Yeah, slowly but surely. There's so many on my mental or literal want list.
Hmm. Well, I think since I showed you the 57 Drysdale, I might as well show you the 58 Drysdale too.
Sweet.
That is nice.
My mother-in-law bought this for me. So
He's such an underrated player. He
yeah,
was so
Oh, yeah.
dominant in the 60s.
yep.
I mean, 6 straight shutouts in a season.
Yeah,
That's
Wow.
pretty awesome.
yeah. But,
So-
I mean, he's on the same team with Koufax, so it's like
Yeah,
I,
what
I,
a-
overshadowed.
I like the story about him that he got the sign from the dugout, to give an intentional walk to somebody. He said, "Well, why waste 4 pitches?" And he just hit him.
Well, you won the mother-in-law lottery there, Rick.
Yeah, I tell
I
you,
get you. Vintage baseball
pretty
card.
nice. I wish she'd
good.
get me some more cards. I'm gonna send her a list next year.
There you go. There you go. Oh,
All right, George, back to you.
actually, I just picked up this exhibit, Jack Dempsey, 1921. About a month ago, I actually got this other one. I say this is don't know what year this was. This is the postcard back. You would know better, Scott.
Mhm.
But I actually prefer these because if you go look at the back, it's kind of got a brief bio on them, and it kind of tells you some of their famous bouts that are on there. I'm trying to get it without the glare here, but That's why I actually like these 1921 boxing exhibits better
Yeah.
than this. But I didn't. When I got this, I didn't realize I could actually find this guy, which I did. And
I like his haircut.
yeah, but actually, I got basically two really for not a whole lot of money. It's kind of kind of ironic, how cheap you can actually get these. So I want to say they were both less than 20
Nice.
before
They're-
shipping. So
The exhibits are relatively inexpensive until you start trying to get one with Joe DiMaggio's picture on it.
yeah,
Then they want a little more money.
yeah.
Lou Gehrig.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
All right, acquisition number 6 for me of 2024. This is a card that sold on eBay for like just under $40, but then I saw a little bit, and I think I bid on it, but didn't win. And then it was right back up for sale, but different sellers. So I'm figuring, okay, somebody got it and I guess didn't like it. And so I offered like $40.15, so a little bit more than it had went for at auction, just because that made it an even dollar amount for. I made that offer. The seller accepted it. From the Rothman collection, I think he has a pretty good eye. Anyway, the 1950 Bowman, dude, is totally underrated. 1950 Bowman, Eddie Lopat in a near mint 7. I've got the 51 that was given me from Matt and Ty, the card story, but this is the 52. And wow, the color, the registration, this thing is just screaming gorgeous. The back is, if I can get it over there, the back's really nice too. So super stoked to add this to my Lopat collection. This dude, let me tell you just very briefly why I think this dude is so freaking underrated, because he was a natural teacher. He helped Allie Reynolds. He helped Vic Raschi. He took Whitey Ford under his wing. Whitey really looked up to him. He helped make these guys better players. I mean, I'm sure they helped him some too, but like he had a lot to do, with that Yankee, 5 in a row World Series victory string from 49 to 53. So plus he just made batters mad, because it's like, how come I can't hit his stuff? It's not that hard, but he was outsmarting everybody.
He was awesome. But when you think about what those guys did, the Yankees with DiMaggio's team won 4 in a row, and nobody else has ever done that, but let alone win 5 in a row. I mean, that's really unbelievable. And it wasn't like they were, all blowouts. Some of them were pretty close to those games and the series themselves.
Yeah, there was a survey of 112 sports writers in 1949. 70 some of them picked the Boston Red Sox, to win the 49 World Series. 40 some picked Cleveland. To win the American League pennant. 70 some picked Boston Red Sox. 40 some picked Cleveland. I think 4 picked the Philadelphia Athletics. One sports writer picked the Yankees. That, everyone thought the Yankees were, pretty much everyone, a dynasty in decline. And then when they won the pennant in 49 and the World Series, they still weren't picking them. It wasn't until 53 when finally the sports writers are like, well, gee, maybe we should pick them now. So they were never favored. And there were 4 of those 5 years where they did not win the pennant by much at all, just a few games. So it was much tougher. The Dodgers were probably a stronger team for sure, during that era, but the platooning, the big 3 pitchers, yada, yada.
It's funny. It took Cleveland in 54 to win 111 games or something like that to keep the Yankees out of the World Series. And even then, the Yankees, I think, still won over 100 that year.
Yeah, I think they won about 103 or something like that.
Yeah, and it was just like, so, Cleveland had to do something crazy just to keep the Yankees out of the World Series.
I think the Yankees went 22-0 against Kansas City or something.
Yeah.
That's their farm team.
Yeah, well, yes.
It actually was their farm team then.
That's an advantage for sure.
Yeah. You know, one of the stories that is in David Halberstam's book, The Summer of '49, which is a great book, is you know, the Red Sox in 1948 finished in a tie with Cleveland and had a one-game playoff. Instead of starting, you know, one of their great pitchers, or decent pitchers, the Parnell or McDermott or somebody like that, they start a guy named Denny Gatehouse. And just, you know, nobody hardly remembers, except if you're a diehard Boston fan, you remember his name. So, you know, the point is that they finished one game back in '49, losing the last two games of the season to the Yankees. So they for two full seasons, they finished a grand total of one game out of first place and didn't go to the World Series either year.
That's tough.
That's heartbreaking.
I mean, Boston almost had an all Boston World Series in '48. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they would have gone crazy then.
Boston would have won.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
That's
I like their chances.
So I'm up
All right,
next.
we're down to you, Scott, again.
Okay, so yesterday I went in an antique shop. I showed these yesterday too, and I had a little contest with it too to see if someone could guess how much I paid for these three statues. And this is the first one. And
Is
they're
that
all
Socrates?
autographed.
Just joking. Oh, Abdul Jabbar?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And they're made out of pewter, and they're numbered out of 500. The first one is Jabbar. This one is Joe Montana,
Wow.
and it's like 8 pounds, 8 ounces. Adam could do this with them. They got
That's
the
nice.
marking on them and everything.
Is that signed as well?
Yes,
Nice.
right there. Then the third one is Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
So I saw him sitting there, and I asked the guy how much he wanted him in the antique store, and he looks up on his favorite comp auction site, and here's the answer to the contest. And he said, about $25 a piece. I said, sold.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So the answer, I think Dre from UNC 23 Sports guessed $80. So I'll have to send him some, but that was my find of the year already, and the year just started.
Dang, I was gonna say probably should have been like, I don't even know. I don't know autographs, so I have no clue. But I'm thinking, okay, that probably should be like $600. But knowing Scott, he probably got him for like 300 or something. So that is just insane.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
cool.
that means he probably only had about $10 into him or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
If he could offer him
Congrats.
for that price,
yeah.
Those are awesome, Scott. They really are nice.
they'll go up on my shelf after this live stream.
Well, good. Will we be able to see him in the background?
No,
No. Yeah.
Now, are you taking offers like 4-figure offers for each of those?
no, I think the Jabbar last one sold for 225.
Oh wow, like a 10x. Wow, or 9x.
Yeah.
But hey, who's doing the math? 9x.
Gretzky was a little better, and Montana, I haven't seen any sales, but if I can get it that cheap, I don't need to sell them.
Heck yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a sturdy shelf, Don. To hold that eight,
Yeah, did you have to-
8-pound, 9-ounce
It better
Montana.
be.
You I was gonna say, do you have to make new shelving just to hold the darn things?
No, it's like shelving on my desk, so it's pretty sturdy.
Good.
So
Okay. Well,
I'm really happy with it. So I'm
Heck yeah.
got some cards that I just had sitting on my desk here, for another reason altogether. So I'm going to show you a few of those before I show you my one actual 2024 acquisition. So these are from the 1967 Topps cards set, and they're the high numbers. Brooks Robinson is card number 600.
Yeah, it's an expensive one. Really.
that's hard to find
Yeah.
too, in nice shape.
And it's in pretty decent shape, a little corner wear, no creases or anything. And, it's not quite perfectly centered by any means. So, but still pretty nice. And this is a card that irritated me, that I had to pay as much money as I did for it. And I got a pretty good deal. But, even back when I got this, it was going for about $100.
Wow.
I don't know what it's going for now. I hope it's 10, but it probably isn't.
Looks nice, sharp corners on it.
Yeah, this is in really nice shape. It's fairly well centered, not perfect, and the back is off a little bit also, so you can see that. But so it probably wouldn't grade very high because of the centering, but the rest of the card itself is in pretty nice shape.
Nice.
Nice, Rick.
Okay, George.
I love that 67 set.
It's a beautiful set, I think, and it reminds me a lot of the 57 set. Pretty simple fronts, nice pictures.
I promised Doug at DK Cardboard I would show my new trade card. This is from 1893. This is an Arbuckle coffee, and this is Sports and Pastimes of Nations. And if you can see here on the side, it's shows two people playing baseball, and it talks about the on the back it talks about famous pastimes of nations, and of course it's got an ad for Arbuckle coffee because it's a trade card.
Is that a bicycle in front of the baseball game?
Yeah, they
Cool.
and that's something for taking photographs. That's a hobby because it's for sports and pastimes of nations. So taking photographs, playing baseball, cycling. You have the circus here, fishing and sailing. So that's what they considered. The United States is famous for sports and pastimes in 1893. So, and I got this one, but I also got a couple others while I was at it. I got one of this I actually got in December, or November maybe. This is ancient Rome, and their sports and pastimes is being a gladiator. That's a great sport, being a gladiator.
I'm glad you didn't go to the bathhouse.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. This is Greece. You know what? I apologize. Here we go. This was Rome.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this was Greece. But still, they're kind of neat. like I said, the only one that's kind of expensive is the USA, and I think it's because it's got baseball on it also, and it is
Yeah.
USA. So,
It's
But-
great artwork.
but the artwork is great on these. I love these things, man. These are just great, and you know they get like full text on the back of what's going on, and so like I said, you can get these for not much money. You know, I want to say that the US was like $20, and then these were, I don't know, 5, 7, something like that. But from 1893, they're really nice artwork. So
Heck yeah. There was a depression. I know this from my, coin collecting, a depression in 1893 too. So I don't know, what that means in terms of whether they cut down on the production of, those sorts of cards. I don't know, but
who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I just thought they were pretty neat. So, like I said, I wanted to get the one because it was baseball. So
Yeah.
anyway, just
Heck
shout
yeah.
out to my Nugget DK Cardboard. So
I think stuff like that is, it's just, it's just very interesting.
oh yeah.
Makes you think about, what times must have been like in those days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's like it's not like I'm going to be affording any kind of baseball cards that are pre 1900. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
unless I win a lotto somewhere. So that's the
Well-
closest I'm going to use trade cards.
like you say, George, although I don't remember your exact words, but you usually close out your videos talking about, collect what you like,
What you
don't let
like.
other people,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, people feel like they got to go out and they got to get this new whatever card because it's it's the new hot rookie or whatever. It's just like, really, just if you want to, that's fine. But
Well, here's what I have to say to that, George. Every person who considers themselves a rational person, should absolutely buy this Vic Rashi card, the 1952 Bowman. Now, I tell you what, this is a 4. This dude. Now, the one thing they didn't make him mean enough. His coach, Jim Turner. I think when he was in the minors, Jim Turner said to him, "You got to get mean. Those players need to be your those batters need to be your mortal enemies." And so that's the approach he adopted, where he was just, you didn't want to mess with him when he was on the mound or getting ready to go on the mound. But of course, other than that, he was just kind of I guess, pretty mellow, nice guy. But here's another card.
the artwork was great on that. Can you show it again,
Oh,
Adam?
yeah. Here's the other thing about this card. I know I've said this before, but this is a 4.
That's beautiful.
I really don't know why this is a 4. I mean, again, I've looked at it in the light at angles, and I do have good close-up eyesight. My glasses are for distance generally, but
Yeah.
it must be some tiny technical reason because this thing is just, I mean, looks perfect to me. I mean, sure, it could be slightly better centered if you tried, but what the heck? It's just sharp and beautiful. No creases or wrinkles that I can find anywhere.
The registration is awesome on that.
Oh yeah, the registration.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Beauty.
really stoked to have that. That was my number 7. I'm surprised I have 12 this. That's just the way it played, but that's my number 7.
That's a beauty.
So if you're a rational person, you got to have that card. That's the exception. You can't just not have.
So
I'm
being
not-
an irrational person with an imaginary number and all that.
Yeah.
I've never been called rational, I guess. But I have a Mickey Mantle card. It's bigger than a 56 Mantle. It's bigger than a 52 Mantle. Now it doesn't cost as much, but it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
1964 through 66 Rakina 8x10.
Oh yeah.
Looks like spring
Wow.
training. Or no, is that right field, Yankee Stadium, Rick? Or is that spring training? That's spring
That looks
training.
I think that's spring training.
Yeah. Now you can. It's very. You don't have to spend much to get one of these. You can still get them in the $30 to $40 range.
Oh, that's
Mickey
nice.
Mantle from the 60s. And
That
PSA
is
does
beautiful.
grade these.
And those come with facsimile signature. Is that how they?
Yep, facsimile.
Nice.
And there's several of them. I don't think they have an Ed Lopat, but they have a lot of the Yankees. Roger Maris, I think Yogi. They have a Maris Mantle one.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Maris
from
one.
the 60s, you know.
I like the Maris because you can see the facade of Yankee Stadium in the background. But this one's pretty cool. Mickey standing there.
Mhm.
That is nice.
That is beautiful.
Thanks. Your turn, Rick.
Okay, well, I can't let you show all the Mantle cards. So I'm going to
He's pulling out the big guns.
show you this card.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's a cool card.
Oh, that is sweet.
I really love these multiplayer cards,
Oh yeah.
and this one especially.
Oh yeah. No.
And then here's its mate.
Oh, that's nice.
That's one of my favorite cards from that set.
Yep.
That is a sweet card.
Yeah, this is this one is the last card in the set, number 407, and then this is number 400. So the interesting one of the interesting things about this 57 set is that the expensive series is not the last series like it normally is. It's what they call one of the middle series, and I forget whether it's 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, but that's the one that has the Bobby Richardson rookie, and I think the Jim Bunning is in that series also.
That is sweet.
Thank you.
I guess I'm up, huh?
Yeah, back to you again.
Yeah, one of the player runs I've been working on now was a Dick Allen run, because I kind of wanted to get it before. I have a feeling he's going to get in the Hall of Fame. And I was a big Dick Allen fan when I was a kid.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
I picked this guy up. You can get these fairly inexpensively right now. I got the 68 and the 74 this month. So
Yeah.
I'm about 2/3 of the way through the run. So whenever I get it done, I'll probably do a video on it. But like I said, I think it's going to get into the Hall. So I figured, let me go ahead and do it now, and it'd probably be a little cheaper than later on. And like I said, I was a big Dick Allen fan. When I was growing up as a kid in the 70s, I mean, he was, he was a huge player. I mean, he was a dominant force. So
Yeah.
As
Go
Bob
ahead.
Prince would have said, he swung a wagon tongue for a bat.
Yeah.
oh
I
yeah,
mean, it was a big bat.
oh yeah,
Best of both worlds for you, George, because you like the player. And so you
Oh, yeah.
him now, and then if he gets in the Hall, they'll probably go for
yeah.
more. So
But regardless, and it's an achievable goal. I mean, I think his last card is 76 maybe. So it's from 64 to 76. So it's not a crazy run. So, but anyway, up to you, Adam.
all right. So number 8. I actually already have this card ungraded. It was a gift some time ago from Joe for Soft Corners, which is really awesome. And then I was able to pick up a graded one at an advantageous price. The 52 Burks Ross, Eddie Lopat, the junk man. There he is, getting ready to totally dominate. Although actually, I think this is spring training. He's already psyching out his opposition. And that is a beautiful card. It's a older. No, it's a PSA 5. I guess not too much older. Starts with a 4, but beautiful card. A little tougher low pat to get. So pretty stoked to add that one.
Yep. By the way, my copy of Ratchy Reynolds and Lopat came in.
Oh, nice. I'm almost
So,
done eating mine. Yeah, nice.
yeah,
I'm soaking in all that Yankee propaganda.
that's a great book.
It's
I
wonderful.
like the story. It's not ready for prime time, but the story about what Ted Williams called Ed Lopat every time he ever mentioned his name.
That blanking Lopat. Yeah.
I think there was one story in there about him striking Ted Williams out with his fastball, which he hardly ever threw to Williams.
Yeah.
It wasn't very fast, and Ted normally hit those a million miles, but he got one by him. He said to him, I guess walking off the field or something, how'd you like that one? That was my fast one.
Yeah. Well, there was a time I think it was 1949 when the closer was Joe Page for the Yankees, and he made the mistake of messing with Lopat, saying, hey, you're just so slow. And Lopat said, that's right, Joe. With a fastball like yours, you don't even really need brains. It was like, when you have to think, it's a whole different ball game. And Joe didn't mess with him anymore.
So I'm up, I guess.
Yeah.
Picked this up at a local card shop. It's from Stan Musial and Biggie's Restaurant.
Oh,
St.
man.
Louis. It's not a real autograph. It's just a facsimile.
Nice.
Yeah, but that printing down there at the bottom makes that card or photograph.
Wow.
I love that stuff.
There's every once in a while I'll see glasses from Stan Musial and Biggie's. They're pretty
Mhm.
cool, but that's another rabbit hole.
Well, that's a Biggie card from Biggie's Restaurant.
Yep. Stan Musial and Biggie's.
Do they have any matchbooks? Scott? Or?
I've seen them before. I've had them, but I don't. Do you have one?
I don't. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I do collect matchbooks, especially the oddball ones.
There's so much cool stuff from those restaurants, like Joe DiMaggio's, Mickey Mantle's.
Oh
Yeah.
Jack Dempsey's.
Oh yeah.
I have sugar cubes from Jack Dempsey's restaurant.
Ugh,
Wow.
Okay.
Are
nice.
those mantle cubes or musial cubes or what?
That's great. Those are great, Scott. I have a couple of matchbooks, but not too many.
Do you have
It's
any?
back to me, huh? Okay. Well, I've got 3 cards here from the 1975 set, and this is for this one's for Chris in Missouri.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
You
It's
know,
well
when I was a
centered.
kid, I probably had about a dozen of those, and I traded them off for stupid stuff.
You probably didn't trade them for an engagement ring, though.
No. Chris in Missouri got
That's a
ready to
great
go.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And here's one for Dylan.
He's cornering the market on those.
Well,
Dylan is.
I've got a couple of them, so that's 2 that he doesn't have. But he does have a bunch, yeah. and none of mine are graded. So, and then because I had it out also, I'm going to give you the
Ooh,
Michael Jack Schmidt.
I got to get that one someday. That is sweet.
Yeah. You know, you can get his cards except for his rookie card pretty cheap, you know.
I've got his rookie. It's absolutely glorious. It is
Yeah.
so sweet.
That's got
He's
Ron
a hell of
Say.
a player.
Yeah.
Got a couple other people. I forgot their names.
Well, it's got
Pretty
Ron
s-
Say, hasn't it?
Who?
The Schmidt rookie. Does the
Who?
Schmidt rookie have Ron Say on it?
I
Yeah.
think so. And
Yeah,
then
it does.
Tom Pachorik,
and
Tom
then
Pachorik, I think.
because there were three guys on there, of
Yeah.
course, Mike Schmidt, and then Ron Say, who I think had a solid career, and then a third
yeah.
guy
Tom
who
Pachorik, I think.
the third guy didn't go very far, and he had some
But
injury
George
issues
is on
too.
the Dusty Baker rookie card in '71.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with
Okay.
Don Baylor. That's another nice card, actually. With 3 people, but
Okay, George.
I'm curious.
Okay, I got a question.
Son,
I got a question for you. I picked this up at a flea market, and I really don't know much about this. So, if anybody's got some more information, it's supposedly it's a pre-war kind of card or something. It's very, very thin. It's paper thin. It's and I guess there's supposed to be a number of these by Rabbit Moranville. So if anybody's got any ideas, just let me know.
I've seen those before, George.
You have?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got this for basically nothing. It was just guy didn't want it. He said it'd been sitting there forever. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. So it's very, very thin. It's like paper thin too.
Did you make him pay you to take it? So
No.
he doesn't have to haul it around.
No, I forget what it was, but I didn't even argue. I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, it was just. But anyway, it was
No,
a cool
that's
little.
awesome.
It was a cool little thing. Like I said, Rabbit Moranville, Hall of Famer,
Heck
No.
yeah.
fringe Hall of Famer, but he's still a Hall of Famer. So But
Nice. Well, with my showing of 2024 acquisitions, you're probably noticing a Yankee theme. I will say though, when we get to number 12, it's a big time non-Yankee. But anyway, this is a card I had before, and the one I had, I thought was pretty nice. But this one, I had just, man, it's a bit off center, but the color is just, the richness of the color is just off the charts. The Clutch 1941 play ball, Tommy Henrik, and this one is just outrageous. I compared this to, everyone I could find pictures of, and I guess it depends on what you like. If you like it with that extra ink, but I think it just enhances its, vintage art. Eye appeal, I think, is just off the charts. So really stoked to have the Clutch, Tommy Henrik. Now I have 2 of them. One of them I have up on eBay right now. I decided, I'd keep this one and sell the other since I didn't really need 2. But super stoked to get this upgrade.
oh yeah,
yeah. He was. He and Charlie Keller, bookended Joe DiMaggio and in the outfield back in those days, and he was something else. But that was the other thing that happened in '49. DiMaggio didn't play the first half of the season because he had a bone spur in his heel, couldn't hardly walk. And Henrik, hit I don't know how many 17, 18 home runs or something in the first half of the season that either put the Yankees ahead late or tied the game late. It was just uncanny.
Yeah. I mean, who would not want a nickname, the Clutch? I mean,
Yeah.
come
Oh, yeah.
on,
It's a nice card.
Thank you. That was number 9. Number 9.
Number 9. Okay. That would have been the perfect opportunity to show your Ted Williams card.
Well, it might just be on this list down further to the road. I'm showing them in the order
He
of
was number
acquirement.
9.
Is acquirement a word? I'm showing them in the order of acquirement, if that's a word.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
Yes.
So my next item is Men of America, 1929. This is a presentation case. And there's 52 cards in the set. And they're kind of like a deck of cards, but they're little booklets. That's Teddy Roosevelt, Orville Wright.
Wow. Oh, those beautiful colors.
That's really
And
sweet.
this is probably the best one in the set is the Bobby Jones. And the back cover is Hannes Wagner. Rogers Hornsby, sorry.
Did you get that graded, Scott? Or
That was the one that I bought before. This is
okay.
a full, well, I need 2 more to finish the set,
Oh, very nice.
but it has inside the booklet, there's like Bill Tilden
Wow.
and Murphy of Penn State, if anybody knows who that is. And then everybody
Right
knows
next to the state pen.
everybody knows Tarzan, Johnny Weissmuller.
Oh yeah.
And there's also this guy in there. Kennesaw Mountain Landis has his own booklet. And there's, like Thomas Edison, Cecil B. DeMille, Walter Camp, father of American football. It's a pretty cool set, very historical.
Yeah.
And they're made by Stevens Davis Company in 1929. And I think there's some kind of an award people would get. But I like this wooden display box. So I can't put it in a binder because I got this nice display box now.
Yep.
But then that's that.
That's a beautiful box, too.
Those were
Yeah.
sweet. Absolutely. Okay. Well, we got one more 1957 card to show you from the SGC return.
Oh,
That's-
one of his MVP seasons.
Yep.
That's a
you know, pretty badly off centered, but otherwise than that, it's not in bad shape. Pretty decent. I was very happy to get the 3.
That's a great grade for that card.
Heck yeah.
Here's the back of it.
3
Again,
is
it's
the
all
new 7.
That stat line for 1956 is pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
353, 52 homers, 130 RBIs.
That's pretty good.
Not a bad season.
130 RBIs,
Not bad.
52 home runs, 353. But that he actually hit for a higher average in 57. He didn't hit as many home runs though.
Nice.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got for you for this time, this round.
Well, I'm kind of running out here too, but I pulled an older card I got since we're doing Yankees and postcards.
Oh,
It's a dormant postcard of Whitey Ford. I guess this would be early mid 50s. But you could see Yankee Stadium in the background there. Like I said, it's a postcard, but it's pretty neat. It's actually a pretty good little photo of Whitey Ford, and
Heck yeah.
I like postcards. I mean, postcards you get a nice
Mhm.
picture sometimes. So you know, I'm kind of getting more and more into postcards lately. I'm gonna go to a postcard show next weekend, as a matter of fact. That's where I picked this up at a postcard show a couple months ago. But you know, the postcard guys, they don't even care. They're like, whatever, So anyway, just something I'd throw out since we're doing the Yankee theme right now. So
Heck yeah, that's opportunity. So my pickup number 10, I dedicate this to someone in the chat who is a legend on YouTube and a legend in person. And you'll know who it is when I just talk about, when I show the card. Let me say just a little bit. Truly a rare card. PSA is only graded 15. Who knows if some were resubmitted. The two highest grades are a 3 with a qualifier. And there's only 6 ones. 2 of them are shown on eBay right now. And this one I think is a lot nicer. And I got it for a lesser price. 180 card set. I think the highest grade out of the whole 180 from PSA without a qualifier is like a 5. The 1946 Propagandas Montiel Los Días del Deportes of Johnny Mize. And this card, I tell you what, talk about having some strikes against finding it. These are paper thin, inserted, Montiel advertising cards, inserted with caramels in the hot and humid, Cuban climate. And then you would glue them onto the albums that came with them. So good luck finding one, in decent shape. But this one I think is really nice for a one. These were not refractors. These were absorbers. They absorbed the caramel and the cheap Cuban glue. I remember Orlando saying that, the glue was not that great, so you could soak them off. But this is a really, really nice card. And the cool thing is I don't, speak Cuban, but I can pretty much read the whole back because I know enough, about Johnny Mize's career that you can, and there's enough numbers in there that you're like, okay, this is talking about him getting traded to the Giants and yada, yada. But super stoked to have this rare card in a pristine one. This is a really nice one. And I dedicate that to Orlando because I think he might be the only person I told about this card, maybe. And this is my first reveal of it. So that's my number 10.
very nice.
Okay. Here's my, I picked up another one of these 61 Fleer wallet set. And I didn't cut the cards apart. I just took the whole page, and here's my Bart Starr. If you look at the backs, you can see where you cut around the dotted lines.
Oh, wow.
But they're just about almost the same picture as the regular issue cards, except they came in a magazine. And they're all about the same size as a card, except the back page, they made minis. So there's like Jim Taylor, John Brody, Don Meredith. And I picked this up for like $22 on eBay.
That's
So
very
they
nice.
put it out on an auction, and I just happened to be the person bidding on it at the right time.
Did you have to wear a mask and carry a gun to get it for $22?
Not on eBay.
No.
Didn't have to go through authentication either.
That's a steal.
But here's the sneak preview. Here's the magazine that they come in. That's the cover of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny Unitas on the cover. And
Sure
down
is.
below they say Pro Picks Wallet Album. That's the only hint that you have cards inside.
Wow. Wallet album. Yeah, what the heck? What is a wallet album? Are you supposed to cut them out and put them in your wallet? What does that
Yeah,
even
I
mean?
guess so.
You're supposed to have
Yeah,
an album in your wallet. So you open your wallet. Oh, look. Oh, I got an album in here. Look at these cards.
I
Here's
saw
my-
they had a little blurb across that about are they overusing Jimmy Brown?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear Paul Brown's quote about that?
No.
He said, you know, when you got a big gun, shoot it.
Great quote.
Scott, your knowledge is obviously so far beyond mine because, like, virtually every time you show something, I'm like, okay, there's something else I've never heard of.
I'm kind of a grazer. I look more for deals than, like this is a complete set, and I'll jump on something that's a good price if it's a complete set.
Heck yeah.
Or even like those figures that I bought. Normally I wouldn't go looking for them, but they just happened to be there for a great price that I couldn't refuse.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what a grazer is.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
But sometimes you just throw out the minimum bid and see what happens. And like I was showing you this trade card I got, I was the only bidder. I was just okay. I mean, I won. I was just like, sometimes it's just like, throw it in a bid. It's the only bid, it happens.
It's like being the only marathoner and winning the race.
Yeah.
I'll take the gold medal. I mean, shoot.
No, it's good. It's awesome, actually.
These are a couple of rookie cards that I just had. This is my Bill Sorrell rookie card, 1966
Very
tops.
nice.
There's some other guy on there too, but I really like the Bill Sorrell part of the card.
I heard the other guy turned out to be an okay pitcher,
Yeah. And here's another one from the 66 set.
Jim Palmer rookie card.
Another guy that
Sweet.
I was gonna make an underwear ad myself, but in retrospect, he probably looked better than I did.
He doesn't get enough hobby love. I mean, Palmer was a great.
Yeah, he was really a gifted pitcher.
Oh yeah.
Right from the very beginning,
Oh yeah.
And then the last one is the 78 rookie of Paul Molitor and
Alan
Trammell and UL Washington without the toothpick.
Say, Rick, here's your model picture for you.
Yeah.
Jim Palmer is a model for.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Belt Dillard's. And he signed it.
Very nice.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah. Okay, George.
Yeah.
Some nice rookies there, Rick.
How's that?
Some nice rookies there, Rick.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
glad to have them.
This little something I found. I actually found this in December, but it's a matchbook. It's a Johnny Unitas matchbook from Colts when he got into the bowling alley business in the Baltimore area.
Yeah.
So
He had a little restaurant in I think they had maybe more than one location, but one of them was right in my hometown when I was growing up, out by the University of Delaware football stadium.
okay.
Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, it shows you some cities back here where I guess Colt Lanes might be located.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know any of these cities. Woodlawn, Towson, Dundalk.
Yeah, Dundalk, Maryland.
But yeah, it's just
Right around the Beltway.
That's cool.
It's a cute little thing to pick up, you know.
Hmm.
You can get these things inexpensively, and it's kind of
Yeah.
neat, you know.
They gave away the little plastic footballs. I still have a couple of them laying around somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And that's like a matchstick case thing.
Yeah, it's a matchbook.
Yeah. So a matchbook, right? So,
Yeah,
who knows how many people just use those up and tossed them, after they use the matches.
it's more. I don't want to call it. I guess people prefer it when the striker here comes with it. Because a lot of times the striker will be ripped off, and this one actually has the striker on there. But yeah, like I said, this wasn't a big item thing, but this is cool. I mean, this is fun. This is a nice conversation piece. And Johnny Unitas, you're talking one of the best ever. I mean,
Are you going to get that graded?
I don't know if they will or won't. I may ask SGC if they'll grade it. Should I ask him or just send it? What would you do, Scott?
I would ask them.
You would ask him. Okay.
Yeah. PSA probably would, but that could be a few months down the line before you got it back.
Yeah.
We haven't talked much about the chat. You guys been following.
If I
this.
figured this out, I might grade.
We've gotten absolutely trashed.
Hey, us old guys, we can't send a PSA. We don't have enough time to wait for those guys to come back.
I
We
don't know.
gotta
I
send
want
SGC.
it
Right.
So, PSA, at least SGC, I'll get it back.
All right. Acquisition number 11. Now, here's the deal. The 52 to 55 Redman Tobacco, they'd have 25 players in the American League, 25 in the National League. And this player is only in 1953. So he only has one Redman card. And I believe they gave him a card in 53 because he was a beast in the 52 World Series. In fact, he won the Babe Ruth Award, a precursor to the World Series MVP award. Although you could say maybe Mantle was more valuable there. But anyway, he was a beast. The big cat, Johnny Mize. I think this is 5.5. But you need to double that. It's really an 11. And with tab, that is so glorious.
Oh, yeah.
Such a beautiful card. And the back is stunning as well. These are kind of tough, I mean, they're not super rare, but they're kind of tough, especially this nice with tab, because you'd buy a 20-cent tobacco pouch, and then they'd lay the card on top of it and shrink wrap it in the cellophane or whatever. So these typically came, they typically came already with wrinkles and crinkles a lot of times in the, in the cardboard itself. So this is a really, really nice one.
Well, it's kind of hard to find them with the tab too, because
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, people would send them in to get the. I actually saw somebody once at a show had a set of the hats. It was pretty neat.
Yeah. For this one, I'm not going to cut it off because it expired March 31 of 1954, but you had to send in 50 tabs. So you figure, maybe it was your dad smoking, maybe it was your mom, who knows? But had to buy $10 worth of tobacco, and you had to cut off the 50 tabs. And so that's a lot of tabs to get one baseball cap. Yeah. A lot of tabless Redmans out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super stoked about that one. That was my number 11.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I've got another set. I've been picking up some small sets from other sports. Just seems like that's where I've been finding stuff that I like. Here's a 82-83 Slurpee hockey set,
Nice.
and it comes with a 5-inch Wayne Gretzky, and then you get the regular size Slurpee disc for the rest of the set.
What is that, like the giant Slurpee disc and then the mini Slurpee discs?
Well, the giant, this is more of the advertising piece.
Oh, okay.
And these are the regular ones that come in the Slurpee. And I think they're only available in Canada. And there's the Wayne Gretzky there. Let's see if I There you can kind of see him there. Young Wayne.
Nice.
So
7-Eleven.
I found a deal on these binders, like $1 a piece. They had like 20 of them at a Salvation Army. So now I got to fill them up with sets.
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, I got a few more cards. These aren't rookie cards, and they're not, especially looking at just, random cards. This is a 55 Warren Spahn, card number 31.
Nice.
One of his 20-game seasons.
I
What a
have the
man.
key to that set. I've got the Eddie Lopat, but that's the only 55
That
top
is-
card I have.
That is the key, yeah.
Key
It is.
card. Yeah.
That's the only one I have, the key to the set.
And here's one I've had for a long time. 71 Willie
Oh, I love
Stargell.
Love the 71s.
And of course they won the series in 71. So
Yeah.
Plus, they get the
Yeah.
color match on their 71 tops cards. That's pretty sweet.
yeah, they were big for the Pirates. Had a lot of color match cards. Pretty interesting. And here's one for you, Scott.
Rodney.
Still as a twin.
Is he still still second baseman?
Yep. This is the 73 set, so he's still pretty young.
Yeah, when Kirby Puckett got in trouble with the media, Rod Carew was in there telling him that a lot of that stuff was made up about Kirby and the women and stuff. Rod Carew was about the only one that stood up for him. Everybody else kind of backed away.
Wow. I guess if I'm
Man, he could hit. Yes,
Yeah.
up to you again, George.
I guess I'm up. I'm also to show stuff from my latest SGC return, and I really like this one. Since we're doing the Yankee theme and their farm club at Kansas City. Here's Enos Slaughter, and
Very
this
nice.
is,
Yeah.
these are like postcard size, and like I said, they gave them away one night only on June 22nd, 1956,
Those are-
for livestock night.
Livestock
Oh.
night.
Livestock night in Kansas City. Be some big surprise, Kansas City and livestock night. But
Wow.
anyway, this is pretty neat. There's only been like, I don't know, I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 graded at SGC and or maybe one or 2 at PSA. I'm not sure. So there's not a whole lot of these out there. It's a really low pop. And like I
Those are
was saying,
so
in my
hard to
video-
find.
Oh yeah, like I was saying in my video, I really like the way they did this too. If you can kind of see the signature on his signature is in white on the black background, and when he gets to the bat, it switches to black
Oh,
against
cool.
the white bat.
Yeah.
So somebody
pretty
spent
cool.
a lot of detail for something that was just a giveaway at a stadium.
Yeah.
I love the back of that. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, like I said, this to me this makes it right here.
Absolutely.
That's just it was just a single point in history, so. But anyway, that was for the Yankee fans, and this one is for Scott since he likes the Minnesota theme. This is Paul Richards with the Minneapolis Millers, and this is a War cigar premium from 1932. They did a minor league premium, and this is one of them. So,
Those are great. Real
Yeah.
photos too.
oh yeah, this guy had a bunch of them, but the only player I'd heard of was Paul Richards. I'm like, well, he had a really good career as a manager. So,
Mm-hmm.
But so anyway, you're up, Adam. Let's see number 12.
Sweet. Well, number 12. Let me just say, number 12, my last acquisition of 2024 so far. I'm surprised I have this many. If it comes around to me again, I'll show a couple cards that Doug gave me for my birthday. But anyway, this guy this season, I guess he had an okay year. But here's something he did this year during the All-Star game. He was with the American League, and they were down 1 run, 4 runs to 5. And in the 9th inning with 2 outs and 2 men on base, this dude comes in, hits a home run, and wins the All-Star game, so to speak. I mean, hey, other people were involved too. So the American League won 7-5. And that would be, woohoo, the 41 play ball, Ted Williams, in a glorious Gem Mint 2. And
Nice.
these are, pastel colors. So, some of them will really pop, but most of them are more kind of subdued pastel colors. But this one's well centered. It's got its wear and issues, but I won't go into all that unless you want me to. But I think it just looks really nice. And here's something where, I'm going to cut down my spending a little bit, selling a few things, but nothing big, nothing. I mean, I find stuff to keep it. So it's, I just sell a little on the periphery if it's something that, is an extra or whatever, or just doesn't really, grab me so much. But anyway, super stoked. I just love this card. This is a card I've wanted for a long, long time. And I know, Rick, you haven't shown it, but I know you have an epic card from this set. So maybe you'll show us tonight.
Is there anything about Ed Lopat on the back of that card?
No. However, check this out. The back of the card says, Williams looms as one of the greatest hitters of modern times. Looms. Now, that's a very interesting word, and so apropos, because this is his 3rd season. Come on. Greatest hitters of modern times? Well, looms, meaning it's looking like this guy may very well become, one of the greatest hitters of modern times. And heck yeah, a lot of people, he's the greatest hitter of all time. Maybe some would say Babe Ruth instead or whatever. But yeah, super stoked to have that one.
Awesome card.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to stick with the hockey theme. This is my favorite player growing up.
Bobby Hull.
And this is a 1970-71 top sticker stamp. It's hard to see, but there's like stamp perforations along the edge there in the white border. It's hard to see.
The Golden Jet.
Yeah, the Golden Jet. He's got
Very nice.
That's got a heck of a border around it.
Yeah, wide
Like
border.
it's framed.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one last card to show. So I'll see your Ted Williams and raise you a Joe DiMaggio
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah.
in an awesome authentic.
Heck yeah.
It says evidence of trimming. Well, when you turn it around on the back, the evidence is pretty obvious.
Yeah, but you know what?
It
It's still an
looks like they trimmed it with a can opener, but it's double authenticated.
Heck yeah, it's still a legit 41 play ball Joe DiMaggio. That is just
Absolutely.
from the 56 hitting streak year. That's just amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not making any apologies for it.
Heck no.
Very nice.
So that's it. That's all I've got for you.
Well, here's my Joe DiMaggio for you.
Yes.
Nice.
But this is actually pretty neat because it shows him swinging. There's other matchbooks which kind of have like a cartoonish character of him, and one where he's just like autographing a ball, like later on in his career. But this one's actually my favorite one. But you've actually seen him swing. So, and like I said, these are fairly not that hard to find. They're not crazy to find, but I mean, I want to say I got this for like $20-$25. I don't know if anybody will grade these or not, but they're pretty nice.
Heck yeah.
But,
it's got a nice, beautiful look to it.
Oh yeah, it's pretty sharp. And it gives you a number to call for reservations in the background. So.
Yeah. Fisherman's Wharf.
So yeah.
Rick, there's probably more buyers for your Joe D 41 play ball than if it was like a mid grade, because you get that card up into a mid grade and not too many people can afford it, whereas in an authentic you've got collectors that can stretch for it and obtain it. So there's probably more demand for,
you could say, and that includes this guy.
Heck yeah.
Well, I thought that is an awesome card you got, Adam. Absolutely. It ranks right up there with your, your 38 Gowdy.
Well, thank you. One of my goals, for, I guess, this year, or just it's been a goal and it's still a goal. So, I mean, you could say for the year, is to embrace cards that have some issues. I mean, of course, I try to get cards with the best eye appeal I can. And there's an argument to be made that when a card has some wear, that can actually enhance its eye appeal if you like a little toning or a little even corner wear or whatever the case may be. But I've realized, to go after some of these, more expensive cards, I'm going to have to go lower grade, and I'm going to have to, if I'm going to have them, I'm going to have to live with some issues. And so, I've been making progress. I was a card snob to start with because I had never collected vintage, and I expected things to look like 9s and 10s. Well, that's not the world of vintage. So it's a long journey, but I'm embracing 1s and 2s slowly but surely.
Well,
for the bigger cards.
Adam, like this guy here that I got, the Sam Crawford. I mean, to me, I really like the registration on this. Now it is miscut, but I mean, it's a T206. Who cares? Like I said, the color was great on this, and some of these the color might tend to bleed off his face because the way the coloring was great on this. And it's like, the corners are round, so what, but it's kind of I mean, even the back was clean. Not that I care as much about the back, but
I think what it was for me, George, is that until I got into vintage baseball like 3 years ago, I had never collected anything but modern when I did collect cards.
Right.
So I was used to
everything's got 4 sharp corners. It's like,
right. Everything was perfect. So it's been a transition. But that's a beautiful card.
Oh yeah, I really liked it when I saw it. And it kind of was. It goes back to I think Theo Clemente Collector had a video the other day. He was talking about the eBay authentication, and the guy wanted more for this, and I made him an offer of a $249, so it wouldn't go through authentication. And he jumped on that. He was like, okay, and it didn't go through authentication, even though it was supposed to.
Huh?
But I was like, I was happy enough with that. That was my Christmas bonus, and I got a bonus from work, and that's where it went. So I hope my wife's not listening.
You're whispering, I got a bonus at work, guys. Bonus. I got this card. It's like,
I got a bonus and I blew it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, nothing, Guru. I was just talking about what a wonderful bonus it is to have been married to you for all these years.
Actually, she's a sweetheart. She puts up with this, which I'm sure wives wouldn't put up with. what we do. So I just have to give her props. So
Yeah.
and Valentine's Day is coming up, so I'll have to do something nice.
Heck yeah.
Get her an Eddie Lopat autograph.
That's
Yeah,
that's the
I-
perfect gift.
I could do that and I could sleep on the couch too.
Oh, I should say, my wife got me this. Was this for my birthday? I don't think yeah, I think this was for my birthday. Yeah, she got me this for my birthday, but I picked it out. So she, one day I said, "Hey, would you like to buy me this 1946 Propagandist Montiel Johnny Mize for my birthday?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." So,
Whatever, send me the link. Yeah, whatever.
well, I just did it myself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's it.
That's kind of how we roll, and, like, what do you want? Do you want me to buy you something, or do you want to buy it? And, so it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Are you guys out? I got two more to show that were birthday gifts from Doug, who's in the chat. Unless you guys
Sure.
have to show.
Just
Sure.
Show
yeah,
them to us.
I just have one that I can
Oh,
show
I'll wait
after
for
that.
Scott.
You
Or-
can show that first.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to be out. This is it. You saw all my 2024 acquisitions. I have nothing on the way at this point. I'll slow down a little bit because of the, you know what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to be showing this a lot. That's what I do when I get these big cards.
We
But
don't mind
anyway.
seeing it. We love seeing it.
So, Doug, DK Cardboard, I love you, brother. He's out there. He sent me this birthday package. Wonderful. It was a prospect card of someone with my name. I don't have that in front of me right now, but really cool, like I guess maybe Bowman prospect with a signature on card and the sparkly, sparkly stuff going on. Oh, serial numbered out of 299, I think. So that's really cool. And then he also gave me this Charlie Keller, and how cool, on the heels of my 41 play ball Ted Williams. Now, I did have this card in a PSA 4, I believe, but this SGC 3.5 is actually nicer. So I'm super happy to have both of them. This is just an absolutely stunning card. So, really nice of Doug. He knocked it out of the park. This thing is just screaming gorgeous. And then he also gave me, this was kind of cool because, I turned 60. And this is my first card of Hall of Famer Nellie Fox. But he gives me this really sharp, and it's got the big 60 in the background. I love the 60 All-Stars with that big 60, That was supposed to be, like, I think, really modern at the time. And the big 60 All-Star Nellie Fox. I love the back of these, too. So I know you're out there, Doug. Thank you, man. That was so thoughtful of you to do that.
Very generous. Doug.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good job, Doug.
Well, the card I wanted to show, I've shown before, and it's like your Ted Williams. We're going to see it a lot. Maybe this will be the last time I show this card. I bought it in December, and I sent it to SGC. Well, I bought it in December, went through eBay authentication, then eBay authentication scratched it. So I got part of my money back. And then I sent it to SGC, and I just got it back recently, and that's the 1967 Willie Mays for Mayor test disc.
Very nice.
I came back authentic.
Sweet. Because the corners are rounded?
Yeah. Well, see that little mark in the foil part, that brown mark? That's
I
what
didn't
eBay
know.
authentication did. They scratched it there.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But eBay gave me half my bid back, so that was good.
Oh, wow.
They're blank back. So
Wow,
now
that
you
is
guys don't have to see it anymore.
No,
You can show it anytime you want.
heck yeah.
That's always good for a look.
Just one of my favorite cards when I find something like that.
Heck yeah. And what year was that again? Was that 73?
67.
67.
And pop report on these is less than 5. And that's PSA and SGC total.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Well, I got one more card here.
Okay.
Well, that I'm willing to show, and this is a card that is really a good indication of the kind of cards that I like to collect, or because I can afford them. So this is my 49 Bowman Jackie Robinson. It is full of creases. They're not really big ones, but they're definitely there.
That is
Good.
gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
You,
Looks real good to me.
you can kind of
full
see
of
them,
awesomeness.
on the back too, and the corners are well rounded. But
It presents well, though.
Yeah.
I got this, for a really low price before the pandemic. But I've got a lot of cards that are well loved, and I think they're fine. I mean, it's
Oh yeah.
if I could afford like Nat Turner to collect everything in a PSA 10, I don't think I would enjoy it as much, because you're just okay. So you got the money, you can buy whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's no real thrill in it. I wouldn't think anymore.
I'd like to try it though, just to check it out, to
Just
see
want to
and
see
make
how it would be
sure,
like. Yeah.
just
Do an
to make sure
experiment,
that I
yeah.
wouldn't enjoy it as much.
Well,
I hear
you know, I couldn't afford that. If that was what the standard was, I'd just be out of luck.
You know
So
what, Chris from Missouri, I don't know if he's still in the chat, but what he had said on, I think one of his videos, or maybe it was a live, he said, yeah, if my wife dies before me, I'm going to have the best collection on YouTube.
yeah, that's right.
Well, I think about used cars. It's like there were times in my life where we had used cars that were kind of older, but we
Yeah.
owned them. And
Yeah.
some people, and some people own their new cars. That's cool.
Yeah.
But, we weren't making these monster payments, we owned them. And to me, the biggest thing is, sure, I try to get, when I can, cards that are, most of the cards I buy are not super expensive. So I'll get them in nicer condition. But the most important thing is having the card, I think. So you've amassed some, some epic cards there, some, really, big cards in the hobby. So, hey.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you can either upgrade or not, but now you've got it. So, and if prices go up, you've got a hedge against that because you've got one. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been a pleasure, as always, and I think that I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of fun with the three of you, and
Oh yeah. This is great.
if we do any more, we're going to have a name for our group. I don't know what I think the one maybe suggested by the chat would have something to do with old farts.
That doesn't sound so. How about I don't know. Yeah, let's give
That'll
this
be Young Lions.
I think Sexton Cards had a good one a while back. I can't remember what it was though, because I'm old. Maybe
see
you
if I
can
can find
was
it back
way
here
back.
somewhere.
I don't know. I'm stunned by this chat.
But like I said, at one time in my life, I was a young stud, man.
Yeah. That's nice.
Well.
See, here's one of Sexton Cardboard's comments. Hey, Lou and Dylan, it's seniors night, only old farts.
No, that's not the one.
That's not the one. See,
Well,
if I had some skills, I could sort this by by person or something. Or maybe I can't. Maybe I don't have control because Rick's got all the control. He's in power here.
Well, um, yeah, I guess that's true. At least when it comes to how long we go and all of that stuff. But it's just a real pleasure to see what you guys are doing, and cards and things that you've gotten. Not always cards, and I'm forever amazed, Scott, by the things that you come across and the prices that you get things. I think it's just either awfully good or awfully lucky, or maybe you're just both.
Well, when you're doing it that regularly, you got to be pretty good.
But or it could be that thing, it's just you got to kiss a lot of toads for every prince or princess that you get to kiss. So it's
Yeah,
you probably spend a lot of time out there that where you're not getting much, not seeing much.
that's true.
So anyway, thank you. Thanks for everybody who participated in the chat. Again, we just had a super time, and lasted a lot longer than I thought it would, but I think we had fun. So we're just
yeah.
passing the 2-hour mark here. And it is, by the way, way past my bedtime.
We just
Normally
started.
I'm in bed by 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I'm getting this card ready to show whenever you use your power to cut off our source of media here, Rick. I'm ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm my concrete buddy truck.
Well, if nobody else has anything to show or anything more to say, it's been a lot of fun. So
Rick,
had a
Rick,
great
you
time.
should sign off with your Joe D. We can have your Joe D and
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it and sign off at the same time.
oh,
So
gotcha.
I'll just
Can all
show
hold up our DiMaggios and
Can you rub your
Williams.
belly and pat your head at the same time?
All right, there we go. Here's my.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we got.
there you go.
Oh, look at this. I
Oh,
don't have
look
a
at
Joe D on me. I just have the Teddy Ball game.
It's 3 DiMaggios and 1 Williams.
My DiMaggio is not in the room with me here, but hey.
Okay. All right. What a way to finish.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys later. And
Thanks for hosting.
be safe out there.
Thank you. Take care, guys.